Right, I think we are all set and ready. Yep, audio is good. Ugh. We are here for Tier 3 here in UFRL. Round 9 at Monza, as the title does say. So you're going to have the first few cars leaving the pit lane now. I believe that is an Aston Martin followed by a McLaren. So I believe that will be Wacky Racer. So we've already had a minute past of this qualifying session. We've got just the 4 cars out on track. So we'll keep it on board with the Alpine, not the Alpine, now I'm messing up already. The Aston Martin of Wacky Racer, he'll be the first one to set a lap, so we'll keep on board as he goes through his out lap, and then we'll get to the fast business as he's almost spun it already. On his out lap, that's not ideal. As Wacky Racers come into the pits, it might be serving a quali ban, I don't know. Mark will be serving a quali ban, I know it for a fact, seeing as I am a Williams driver myself. So we'll go on board with Kez as he's going to come into turn 1. Slows the car down quite nicely and into turn 2 as well. Bounces over the inside sausage curb. So that will end up slowing him down quite a little bit as he comes through flat out turn 3 and into turn 4 and 5 chicane. It's 26.5 for the first sector. And on the run down to turn 6. And into turn 7, which will then take us onto the straights leading up to the Ascari chicane. .53.6 for the first 2 sectors for the McLaren currently. So he exits the Ascari chicane and on the run down towards the final corner. He lets the car run out slightly wide, and to the line he will set a 21.071, but we'll go to Tobarito now. Tobarito will beat that time by 1.3 seconds and does a 19.7. I believe that's Porodan at 20.4, but I believe it was invalid. He's stayed where he is, he has not gone up to P2. But I'll go to Rotti. Rotti going through Sector 2 now. Oh hey, Ironshin, you made it. And he's already out on track. 13 minutes to go, so you've got quite a bit of time to spare as well. But Rotti will finish his lap. What is he finishing lap or is he starting a lap? I don't know, but he's burning down into turn 1. but he has done a 26.4, so it's not really a representable lap time. So he's probably going to be going again. But we shall go on board with Shazam, as that's probably going to be an aborted lap as he goes onto the gravel. So we'll move to Mr. Fox, Mr. J. Fox. His McLaren teammate currently up in P2, obviously only 3 lap times set so far. So we'll see what the other McLaren could do this time as he's exiting Sector 1 and into Turn 4 and Turn 5. That was a 26.2 for the first sector. Now into Turn 6 and then into Turn 7 as well. Nicely done from Mr. Fox. Now to finish Sector 2. 52.885 for the first 2 sectors at the moment as he's coming through the Ascari chicane. I believe that's his teammate that's going to get out of the way. Towards the final corner. We'll see if he could beat that lap of Tobarito or even beat the lap of Rotti. One of the two, but we shall see. So Fox will come to the line. He does go top. A 19.625, a 10th clear of the Williams of Tobarito currently. We'll catch on to Mr. Piggy as he finishes a lap. And it does a 20.2 and goes P3. Then the next car will be Angry Badger. Come around the final corner for the Red Bull. See what time he can set as he crosses the line. And it will be a 20.6, only P5 for Badger. As Iron Shin has a 20.0, pops up to P3, which missed the end of his lap, but we'll go on board with Potwash. It's 20.2, stops himself P4 currently. Only the one car yet to set a valid lap of the drivers that don't have quali bands or engine pens. And that is Dan in the Haas, see, on another out lap, so we'll have to see when he comes around to start his lap. Got Tobarito also on an out lap. Badger's going to be on an in lap, and I believe that's Iron Shin will be on an in lap as well. Same as Potwash. So for now, we'll go to Dan in the Haas. Gonna come into turn 1. Slight tap on that sausage curb. That's going to unsettle the car slightly as it's going to come into turn 3. It's going to lose him time all the way down into the turn 4 and turn 5 chicane. Not bad through there as he comes into, I believe it's the Lesmos. I am shocking when it comes to corner names, so we'll just go into turn 7. Runs wide and in validated. As Tobarito taking the scenic route. Wants to go and explore the forest of Monza. So it's not the ideal line there, mate. Quali isn't my forte. Well, a 21-0 at the moment, obviously. I was watching that initial run. I know you've got quite a bit of time in that lap. So, you know, you never know. You could sneak a few positions. But on board now with the Williams team principal, also in the title fight here in Tier 3. She exits turn 2 and on the run down through turn 3 and towards the turn 4 and 5 chicane. As he runs onto the grass, not ideal, but he is slightly up on his time currently. At the moment, not enough to take away that provisional pole, as he decides to back out of the lap and probably going to set himself up, go into the pits, get a new set of tyres on, and go from there. Alright, who is going to be the next car on a lap? I believe that is a Sauber. The Sauber of Shazam. I'm going to keep on board of him as he goes into turn 1. Slows the car down quite nicely in this turn 2. Avoids that sausage curve this time. And on the run down through the turn 3 curve into the second chicane, he's already 5 tenths up. That's a lot better. That was a lot better through there as well for the Sauber of Shazam. Coming into turn 6. And he's going to come through turn 7 as well. And have the run down with DRS all the way towards the Ascari chicane. He's almost a second up on his time already. So he's got all the time to find on that first lap. So he's setting on 22.0. So we'll see how much he can gain coming through the final corners. Shazam will come to the line and he will set an improvement of 1.6 seconds and stops himself just behind his teammate in P6. Would have never have known that was the wrong line. Well, I appreciate that you're listening. We'll go on board with Badger 2 tenths up at the moment from what I could see, but set a 3.5 tenth improvement and go to P6 and splits the two Saubers. Mr. Piggy has invalidated. Iron Shin has invalidated. And I believe Mr. Fox is actually on a lap. We'll see if he's improving through Sector 2. It's almost a 10th up as he comes into the Ascari chicane. Does he have any more time to find? Mr. Fox coming to the line. It is nearly a 2/10 improvement, but does bridge that gap to 3 tenths to Tuberito now. It's a 19.4 for the man on provisional pole. It's a 19.7 for Dan. Finally gets a lap in after 3 attempts, and it's P2 so far. I believe championship leader, I think it is Tuberito. See, after his win last week in Singapore, I believe. I am so forgetful. I am awful with this. I believe he's championship leader, but at the moment currently sat P3. Kez has invalidated once more. Ugh, right. On board a Turborito. Let's see if he touches the grass this time, which he's actually been able to avoid that. And he is 1.5 attempts up currently. Going through Sector 2 and the 2 Lesmos. See if he's managed to gain any more time, so he can push it closer towards 2.5, 3 temps. As expected, he is currently 3 temps up. At the moment, still not enough for pole position. But Turborito will have the run down into the final corner. See, this will be his final flying lap. Turborito will set a 1 minute 19.3. 0.06 of a second faster than Mr. Fox currently. But we shall see if it stays like that. Who's actually on a lap? Iron Shin. Only P3 for Iron Shin. That is the best he's going to be able to get in this quali session. I believe Rotti is also on a lap. Rotti currently in P9. Is he able to gain any more time through this final corner? Gonna get a little bit of a slipstream from the Sauber in front though. Actually chooses not to take the slipstream. Only a 0.2 improvement, up to P8 for the Ferrari. But now we go to Potwash, who is 2.5 temps down on his lap. Finish off this run with Potwash. A 20.1, only P5. But I will have to go on board with Mr. Fox, who was a 10th up, but he did run a little bit wide through that corner there. This is the battle for pole position right now. Fox is 1.5 temps up. At the moment, he'll be taking away this pole position from the Williams. If he could just keep it on track for this final corner. Mr. Piggott goes P3. But Potwash will go to pole position. 19.179, almost 2 temps clear of Turborito. That is a mega lap from the McLaren. Alright, we are back. Now, it is past. I believe that is when we were given the go-ahead. Indeed it was. Give you a good race to watch. Well, we could only try. And here we go. 5 lights are on. And it is lights out. And away we go. Mr. Fox has gotten a brilliant start with Iron Shin now battling Tobrito into turn 1. Iron Shin actually is able to get the car slowed down this time as Tobrito goes all over that inside sausage curb. Got the Haas at the back going through the runoff. We'll keep on board with this though. Tobrito on this opening lap has already lost P2, but seems like he's going to try and look for a move. Might have been a slight move under brake in there, and that's taken the wing of Mr. Piggy. So Mr. Piggy does in fact have wing damage currently, but let's get a couple of these details up for you. It is the strategies that people are opting for. Split between hards and mediums. So your one-stop strategy is the favoured strategy, I believe, around this track. As Dan has already crashed, and that is a VSC. A VSC on lap 1 here in Monza. Obviously, that's going to help out many of these guys with tyre wear. Tyre wear, engine temps, ERS, all the sorts they'll be able to sort out. I do got to double check. Is Rotti back into the session? Rotti is back into the session. It seems like everyone is intact. Mark does have wing damage as well. So just the 2 cars with the wing damage at the moment. One being Mr. Piggy, who is into the pits, and I believe the other is Mark. Yeah, Mark also into the pits. Taking their chances while it's a VSC to get rid of that wing damage. Can't park there, mate. Well, I don't think he was planning on parking there, would he? But, ayo, it's happened now. And we're only down to 12 runners in this race. The question is anyone going to get a drive-through pen? Nope. Everyone's managed to avoid the drive-through penalties. Well, Deck, you should have seen last week, mate. I think I was only 13 for last week as well. But we shall keep an eye on these gaps at the moment. I think DRS will be activated, so we'll go on board with Iron Shin. DRS is open, you heard that beep, and he was going to take away that race lead. It's now Iron Shin from Mr. Fox from Tobrito. Angry Badger has gotten past Potwash 4P4. Swacky Racer has a little bit of a slip, and that might invite Shazam to have a little look going into turn 4. Shazam actually has lost quite a bit of time. He's not close enough whatsoever. Mr. Fox still right on the back of Iron Shin here on lap 3. So already having a VSC in this race so far. We'll have to see what other scenarios happen in this race, but Mr. Fox already taking back that race lead. Surprised he didn't want to sit behind. battery management track. Well, yeah, battery management is going to be a massive issue. So it all depends on what the drivers can do. See, I can't even do the battery management myself around here. So if these guys can, then I need some tips. But Iron Shin, here we go. Iron Shin, I went onto the wrong guy. Into turn 1, Iron Shin down the inside, turns to the outside. Mr. Fox, can he hold on to the race lead? But Iron Shin does get the traction while on the outside and takes away first place. All this battling is keeping Toe Burrito with them. Obviously, Toe Burrito starting on the hard compounder tyres. That's Bence and Wacky Racer. Wacky Racer's out. Hold up a second here. And on lap 4, we've had a VSC, and now we've got a full course safety car. So now we are down to 11 drivers, as Mark has picked up a drive-through penalty. One day I'll be able to catch someone ripping their tyres off, but I seem to have not done that yet. God. I really hope this is not a repeat of Singapore, where there was about 6 safety cars or something silly like that. Come on, Mr. Piggy and Mark. Catch up to this safety car so we can get back to racing. Come on, guys. You can do it. Oh, that's one. The Piggy has caught up. As Rotty is just smacked into the back end of Shazam. I believe that is because Rotty has picked up a 10-second time penalty. How do you guys manage to hit each other under safety car? Safety car is in this lap. We'll look at Iron Shin as he slows the pack down. Currently cruising at 70 miles an hour. Coming into final corner, we'll get ready to resume racing here in Monza. There we go. Iron Shin has gone. I believe he's managed to catch Mr. Fox off guard ever so slightly. Angry Badger was actually looking to go side by side with Toe Burrito. Angry Badger does have a look around the outside. Slight bit of contact, and he is now ghosted, and that's going to allow Shazam in front. And is that going to allow Potwash to get anywhere close? Angry Badger currently in P5. I believe that's where he started, but we'll see how the race has unfolded so far. Now, Angry Badger started P7, so he's up 2 places. Bence is up 5. Mr. Piggy down 4. So after breaking his wing at lap 1, he's managed to recover to P7 already, as Rotty is right at the back. Keep it on the tyres for now. But lead of this race, still with Iron Shin. See, DRS has only just been enabled this lap, so we'll have to wait until we exit turn 7 for the first dose. Tobrito sitting comfortably in P3. At the moment, 1.78 seconds back is Shazam in P4. 5/10 gap is P5 of Angry Badger. And then all within a train here with Potwash, Mr. Piggy, Bence slightly out of that DRS range, Kez as well. And obviously Mark and Rotty all right at the back. If anything, Wacky's actually helped out Mr. Piggy more than his own teammate. Because although he's leading, he's now got Mr. Fox and Tobrito to deal with. So go on board of Tobrito, as you can see Mr. Fox powering past that Aston Martin. Angry Badger's managed to get past Shazam once again. Wacky Racers finally left the session after his DNF on lap 4. But heading on to Sector 2 on lap 9, Mr. Fox currently still in the place where he started. Iron Shin and Tobrito swapping places off the start of the race. Obviously Tobrito's starting on the hard compounder tyres. We'll be looking for the alternative strat and try and make the moves in the second part of the race. Mr. Piggy has gone off track, caught onto that as he's taken a trip through the gravel. That allows Potwash to keep hold of P6 momentarily, but obviously the dose of DRS will allow Piggy to breeze past. Board with Iron Shin though. Iron Shin, is he going to take a dive to take the lead? No, he's going to sit behind for another few corners. Mr. Piggy does get past Potwash for P6. It's now a Kick Sauber P5 and P6. At the moment, gaps starting to form. You've got the top three that managed to break away. Slight gap between the two Saubers. And then the big gaps here for Mark at the back and Rotti all the way down in P11. It's all starting to settle down nicely. Hope English crashes. I'm not even racing, brother. I'll go on board with Iron Shin. He's going to burn a little bit of the ERS, but rather stay behind at the moment. Don't think he's going to close enough to make a dive. So he brakes very late, almost runs into the back of Mr. Fox there. Okay, Ivy, I see how it is. I see how it is. I thought we had something going there. Angry Badger did manage to get overtaken by Shazam. See, probably just a little bit of DRS swapping. Okay, I see how it is. Mr. Fox here on lap 10 has chosen to make his first stop. Angry Badger coming off the hard compound tyres already. So the first pit stop's already happening. As Rotti, first one to pick up track limits penalties. There's a 3-second going towards his name, but at the moment being sat in P11, it is not really going to affect his race. I'm getting into the stage of the race where the hard tyres should be faster than the mediums. See there, the graining on the front left of Iron Shin's medium tyres. So I reckon it will be a box for him very soon. As Tobrita picks up a 3-second time penalty. Being in the leader's race, that could be a massive outcome by the time we reach the end. As Iron Shin does make his stop. As Kez did end up picking up a 3-second time penalty, but two Saubers on the hard tyres are staying out. They're now sat P2 and P3 provisionally. Well, if I shush, then you ain't getting no comms, so personally I think you need to. Now, this is getting to the point of the race where it's going to start slowing down a little bit. There you go, Woody. We'll give a little bit of action on Kez. Going through the Ascari chicane. Currently sat P5, obviously with a time penalty currently. Does have his teammate closing up quite quick. See an 11 lap difference on those tyres. And Kez actually does have wing damage as well, so that's not going to help him. Spence is into pit lane. Wait until he pits, does the master strike and goes on to the inters. I mean, it would be a sight to see. Or that could have been very bad for the two McLarens. And that has just allowed Einstein to get into DRS range. There you go, Einstein already passed. Oh, Kez actually got the DRS. Kez is going to come back at him here. But that front left tyre does not look healthy. Einstein and Kez side by side. Einstein obviously will pull in front with those faster tyres. Kez just cuts the entirety of that corner. That is not the racing line. Kez Perez. Tobrito carries on. We'll have a look at those tyres. A bit of wear on that front left, but nothing to worry about at the moment. Mr. Piggy also the same, as Mr. Piggy and Shazam did momentarily go side by side. Mr. Fox obviously with the fresh tyres, Iron Shin with the fresh tyres, Angry Badger with the fresh tyres as well, as Kez comes into the pit lane to get rid of the hards. And down towards Bence in P9. Kez is exiting the pits in P11 behind Rossi. And is about almost 10 seconds behind everyone. Oh dear, what the hell is happening to Rossi? Right, we'll come back to that. But Toburito and Shazam have both come off the hard compound tyres. Toburito onto the mediums, and I believe onto the mediums as well for the Sauber. it's managed to sort itself out, I believe, the connection of Rotty. That could have been very bad. Yeah, it's probably just a lag spike or whatever, slight connection drop, but nothing. If it sorted itself out, then it sorted itself out, but I do want to keep an eye on it. Oh. Well, that's... Never knew Ferrari make lawnmowers. Toburito on the back of Angry Badger. Obviously, Toburito will need to make these tyres last until the end of the race. Angry Badger probably will have to make another pit stop. Toburito, just like that, is up to P4. Now P3 because Mr. Piggy has, in fact, boxed. As Rotty continues on, but that tyre surely is not healthy. I'm trying for that tyre to go pop. Mark has pitted once again. I believe he'll run those medium tyres until the end of the race. Come on, is that tyre going to go pop? I want to see a pop tyre. Toburito's got about 6 seconds to close up on Iron Shin and Mr. Fox. He does have that time penalty as well, so that's not going to be ideal for his race. Rotty continues on. We might be able to see a puncture. Mr. Fox picks up a 3-second time penalty as well. This race has fallen into the hands of Iron Shin at this current stage. The gap is 2.4. Are we going to get a pop tyre? Come on, Rotty. Kez is closing into you. Yeah, at least engine noise glitch is sorted. I had to hear a blooming Ferrari engine at max revs for the entirety of Singapore. Angry Badger back into pit lane for the final time. 8 laps left of this race will take those medium tyres to the end. Come on, Rotty, let the tyre go pop. Ah, he's boxed. Both Saubers have closed up nicely towards the Alpine of Potwash. So keep on board with Shazam. Is Shazam going to go down the inside at the Ascari chicane? No, will sit behind. He's going to wait until the main overtaking spot. Nope, he's going to do it quite early, I believe. Or is he going to sit back? I believe he'll sit back, wait for the DRS. It's a smart move to make. Make the move into turn 1. Although Mr. Piggy has slingshotted past the pair of them there, actually. The double move into turn 1 for the Sauber, and he's already nearly pulled a gap of a second. So now it's just the job for Shazam to dispatch of the Alpine. In broadcast, I mean, I normally use broadcast cam. I kind of just forgot to change it. Oh, I mean, we're on broadcast cam now, so we'll keep it on with this at the moment. See if Shazam could get past Potwash. This is really the only battle on track currently. He's getting sacked in the morning. There we go with Shazam. Getting the move done on Potwash as we're the camera very far away. And nicely done from the Sauber. Shazam up to P5, and it's P4 and 5 for the kick Saubers at the moment. Feeling sick listening to TC working overtime. I'm sorry, Woody. What can we look for? Iron Shin closing down quite nicely. It was a 2.2 second gap, and with the lap pressure tyres, he's managed to bring it down to 1.6. So hopefully soon enough we'll be seeing an Aston Martin versus McLaren. Oh, Mr. Fox trying to pull that gap a little bit as Rotty picks up another 3-second time penalty. Well, go back to Potwash just for the moment of time. Seeing it's 5-second gap, a 5/10th gap. Alpine goes all over the gravel. Might as well just keep it with this. Is there a bit of a helicam? Potwash just using the DRS just to stay with Shazam. Obviously, he's not going to be able to make any overtakes at this current stage. Where to look? Yeah, we'll keep it, just might as well. Iron Shin can now see the rear end of Mr. Fox, but just isn't closing in fast enough. Yep, Kez is actually in the top 10, as you've said, Woody. He is currently sat P9. Whether or not it will stay like that is another question. We'll have to see. He does have 6 seconds of penalties. Might as well just keep it on this. Might as well. Up the kick, P4 and P5. Yes, indeed. Mr. Piggy and Shazam doing both a solid job right now. I know it's not a podium, but still great team points. Oh, and as a jumpy Ferrari once again. Yeah, so I believe that might need to be looked into. Anyone could, this is all on stream as well, so anyone wanted to give this to race control to give a warning for connection, because that is quite bad. And you want to see the penalties. That is your penalty situation. 6 for Kez, 6 for Rotti, and then 3 for Mr. Fox and Tobarito. Race bans for everyone. But can we get a battle here for the lead? Finally. Iron Shin has closed up on the final lap. Is he going to go down to the inside? Makes the move to the inside. Mr. Fox, is he going to defend? Iron Shin manages to get the move, kind of cuts off the McLaren ever so slightly. But I believe Mr. Fox is going to come back. Either they will be going side by side into turn 4 and turn 5. Mr. Fox holds on, but a switch back from Iron Shin. On the run down into turn 6, they'll keep on going side by side. As Mr. Fox does, in fact, pull in front. But Iron Shin with the DRS. Iron Shin will look towards the outside, almost goes onto the grass. Iron Shin will take away that race lead that Mr. Fox has held onto for so long in this race. Although the 3-second time penalty, Iron Shin would have won this race either way. But at least we get a nice little battle here. Mr. Fox down the inside, slight bit of contact, and that will finish off this race. Iron Shin victorious here in Monza. Mr. Fox in P2 with quite a nice drive, to be fair. Managed to get pole, so he could be happy with that. Tobarito in P3. Mr. Piggy in P4, obviously after getting damage on lap 1, that safety car kind of helped him bring back some of that time. Shazam in P5, Potwash in P6. Bence will cross the line in 7th. Angry Badger will finish P8. Mark has actually been able to get past Kez, so Mark will finish this race in P9, and Kez goes off as Kez got a puncture. I don't think he does. He might have a. He might. Does he have a rear puncture? I think he did. Yeah, I thought that was a puncture back left. See, it didn't fully go pop, but oh well. Oh well, and that is your finishing order. Mr. Fox does actually end up getting a couple points for the fastest lap, so he'll take that away with him as well. Fortunately, doesn't get the clean race bonus, but overall, quite a decent race, to be fair. So we will take that. But that will end proceedings here in Tier 3. I believe into Tier on Saturday at 9 PM. That might be streamed as well, so look out for that. If not, then it will be on Monday for Tier 1. So thanks for joining, sitting with me throughout this carnage. But I will see you next time.